Hey guys, it's Diana with Homeschooler, and I wanted to do this quick video talking about the 5 things I would never do as a homeschooler. Now I'm going to start this video off with a little disclosure. First of all, take it with a grain of salt. This is my experience, this is what I've been through or what I have seen in my homeschool community. Do not decide based off of what I'm telling you to come after me. But if y'all need to duke it out in the comment section, be my guest. So that is my disclaimer. It doesn't mean that you cannot do these things. And honestly, I'll be honest, I don't even know if it's my complete top list, but it's the most pressing for me right now. So let's get into the top 5 things I would never do as a homeschooler. So number 1, we'll start off easy. I would not allow interruptions in my homeschool time. I would create a school schedule of some sort of like hours that are protected for learning, and then I would do my best to not allow anything. I should let y'all know I am multitasking right now. It is what it is. There's gonna be people all in the background and whatever. What's that? Oh, that's a trash can. There's just gonna be things. So as I was saying, gosh, I would definitely guard that time. I would not actually allow appointments, phone calls, particularly phone calls, social media, those different things to like get in the way of homeschooling. I know it gets hard sometimes, but I would protect that time. It's the only way that we've been successful with our homeschooling. It's not to say that we don't set appointments sometimes or field trips or whatever, but it is planned in advance. And I know like these times, everybody knows y'all better leave me alone and don't be calling me in these school times. If you need something, text me, and at my leisure, I will respond to you. Second thing I would do, and some of y'all about to get mad, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And this was a little funny. I would never say that I will never send my child to public school. And the reason why is multiple. One, it seems like everybody that I know that have said that, or at least majority of people, they end up sending their kids or some of their kids to public school or private school. The other reason is because we are homeschoolers. It is not part of our religion, unless it is part of your religion, which that does happen. But we are homeschoolers. And as homeschoolers, you know, like it's a weird time in our world where we seem to want to wear titles, but we say we don't like titles, but we're over here wearing them like they're our belief system, whether it's like your political party or whatever. And homeschoolers are actually doing the same thing. I am pro my children. I am pro educating my kids. My thing is my kids will be educated to the best of my ability by any means possible, and they will love the Lord while they're doing it. Okay? And I believe I can do that in however way he tells me to do that. For us, homeschooling has been the way, and it's the way that we plan on doing it. I'm about to graduate my 4th son, but I will never say that I will never put them in anything else, because I will do whatever is necessary for my children as I am led to do, as my husband and I discuss. So I'm not going to stick them in some situation that's not good for them because I have stood on a hill that I no longer align with. That's dumb. Okay, so number 3 thing that I would never do as a homeschooler is plan elaborate meals during the school week. Guys, our meal plans are pretty simple. It's pretty much rinse and repeat. If you feel like your family needs more variety, fold the tortilla a different way. It doesn't have to be crazy. One day we've got tacos, then we've got enchiladas, then we got tostadas, then we got burritos, then we've got nachos. Just do the same thing, but do it in a different way. So we have a canon meal plan here. I do a different type of meal every night of the week. I mean, some nights we double up. I do not cook on Saturdays. That's my Sabbath. I didn't always get that, but I have it now. So I do utilize that. But I don't plan elaborate meals throughout the week. I do give my family that once a week, but I don't do anything crazy. I mean, I'm homeschooling. I do a lot already. I'm homeschooling, homesteading, and we run businesses. I'm doing enough. You know what I'm saying? And now if that's your thing, that's the way you want to roll, that's fine. I'm just telling you that particularly new recipes is where it tends to get us. Those new recipes, having to follow a recipe, that is so time consuming when I can just stick with what I know. Number four thing that I would never do as a homeschooler is wing it. I do not wing it. And I'm not saying that you can't, or I'm not saying that there's not maybe a level of winging it that doesn't happen sometimes, but I started the school year off with a plan. Now, could that plan be that I bought the plan? Could that plan be that I'm part of a co-op and somebody else planned it? Yes, yes, and yes. Or maybe I built it. But there's a plan, and I know the plan. And, if you buy the plan, you get to open and go, and just keep going. But I know the plan. I know what the goal is for the school year. I know what the weaknesses are for the school year, and I know what we're using. And I try never to change it because one, I trust me at this point. I know that I've done a lot of research. I know that I've been very thorough in planning. So why am I changing in the middle school year unless it's absolutely failing us? But I do think homeschoolers tend to switch too often, and it's not good for our children. Are you looking for your mama? So, yeah, I wouldn't wing it. I would know what I'm doing, and I would also be prepped for the week to some level. I do not hyper prep. I am not a hyper planner. I've tried that; it just doesn't work for us. But I don't do that. But I would have a plan. Okay, guys, we're at number 5, and this is where y'all about to get me. Some of you guys, some of you will know what I'm talking about, and that's okay. It's okay. But let me explain, all right? And this is going to be a little bit of a long explanation because there's multiple reasons for this. The number 5 thing I would never do as a homeschooler is I would never do it alone. Parenting works best with loving parents in a community. And homeschooling is no different. Homeschooling is a lifestyle in a lot of ways. It's not just education. And if you think about it, even public school is a lifestyle. There's a lifestyle that goes along with public school and private schooling. Homeschool is no different to that. When we do it alone, we have bad days. We don't really get a time where people can help encourage us, help us to get ideas, make sure that we're not doing things that might be damaging our children and we didn't mean to, right? So there's that. There's also the times when you're just not going to be the best version of you, and often your kids won't be. And it's very hard to constantly have to do it alone. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be a single mother and do it. And I'm not saying that you can't live in a rural area and do it. I'm saying you may have, the option of having an online presence. What I'm saying is you need to have someone else that you can bounce ideas on, some kind of community, someone that will hold you accountable. They may not even necessarily be homeschoolers, but they align with what you're doing, and they love you enough to be there for you. I personally feel like the homeschool community is a very unique community and very important. The other thing is, I know a lot of you guys don't think your children needs friends and social aspects, la 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 la. But we are social as humans. They need someone else besides you if they can. If there's no other place and this is the end of the world, I don't know how you're on the internet, but but make it a point to try to get them some other contact. If you live in a far rural place, make play dates. Make an effort twice a month to give your kids somebody else. The other thing is that there are special people that work for the government that likes to criminalize homeschooling. And if you don't have your kids around other parents, and let me paint this picture for you. You are a non-vaccine, you don't really like the medical field, so you tend to keep your kids away from the doctors. There's no medical record of you and your children taking your children anywhere for the last 3 years. Somebody reports you. No other adults have been around your kids. You're about to have a bad case in your hands. Make sure other adults see your kids. Make sure other adults, especially someone that can document something, see your kids. There's multiple reasons why your kids need to be around other adults. Also, research have shown that kids seeing other people in different varieties in different stages of life is so healthy for them. They get to see where they're at now. They get to see where they're going to be in the future. They get to see way far in the future and where they once were. And it's really great perspective for them. So make sure your kids are around other people. It's good for you. It's good for them. I know y'all, a lot of y'all don't like what I'm saying right now, but I'm just telling you what I know. I've got a lot of years around me. My oldest is 26 and my youngest is 10. I'm not telling you something I don't know. So those are my 5 things. You guys tell me if you agree with any of them. Tell me what your 5 things are, or one of your things are that you would never do as a homeschooler. Like I said, I have a pretty extensive list. Well, a decent list. I don't have a lot of I would never do's because I know I've been around a little while, guys, and I know that the things that you would not do 10 years ago is very different from what you would do now. It's just what it is, and we're constantly growing and learning, and so things change. So I don't have a huge list, but I do have some, right? Anyway, I hope you like this video. I hope you learned from it. Please like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, comment down below. I really want to hear from you guys. You have a great day.